Hello, I want to speak to you today about the signs of the end time and what to look for, because they are right here among us. The tribulations, the great tribulations have begun. If you look back what the world was like before 2000, there were a lot of people who rushed over to Israel in the year 2000 because they thought Christ was coming in the year 2000. But he didn't say he was coming right in 2000. But ever since 2000, ever since the Twin Towers fell, peace has been taken away from the world. The Lord said to look for these things. I'm going to go to the 22nd chapter, the 21st chapter, of Luke. And it says, in the 25th verse, it says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, and the sea, and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud, with power and great glory. When ye see these things begin to come to pass, then look up, and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh." And he spake a parable to them, and he spake to them a parable. "Behold the fig tree, and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now at nigh." The wars and the distress of people. I know we've had hurricanes for years, but this year right here we've had probably, in my lifetime, it's been the worst year of hurricanes that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Especially here on the East Coast and down in Puerto Rico. But even that, and with the shooting out in Las Vegas, that man actually didn't even have a choice. That man had sold his soul. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. They just want to believe that, I don't know what they want to believe, but they don't want to believe religion. They don't want to put any religion in it. But he had sold his soul. Satan told him to do what he did, and he did it. Because if you don't have Christ, you have no power over him. But I'm going to get back to these signs. I asked you to read the 24th chapter of Matthew. On 24th, it gives you a little further description of just exactly when the end time, when the coming of Christ is. And but the 24th chapter and the 24th verse says, "For there shall arise false Christ and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." False Christ and false prophets. What is this? This is a man. These are people who they stand in the pulpit and they preach such a beautiful message, but if you listen to them, they'll leave a part out, or they little nick and here and there. And that's a false Christ, because they're preaching out of the Bible, which is Christ. He said, "Lo, I come in the volume of a book. It is written of me." So they're preaching a false message out of Christ. They're false prophets. Look for these things that's happening in the world. I can't tell you. It says that no man knows not the day nor the hour. But we do know that when the fig tree's leaves start coming on them, we do know that summer is nigh. Even so much as when you see the trees, when the leaves falling from the trees, you know that fall or autumn is nigh. Watch on these things. Get right in the Bible. And keep your eyes on the world and on God. Because straight is a gate and narrow is a path that leads to life eternal, and few there be that find it. This is the gate, God's Word. This is the gate that leads to heaven. And if you're not following it, then you're missing the gate. Watch for these signs. They're here right among us right now. They haven't ended yet. The end time is just nigh. Seriously, if you're driving your car and you know that your turn is coming in just 100 yards or so, you're going to start hitting your brakes. You're going to start doing something to make that turn. You know that the end is nigh by these signs. He gives you the signs to watch for. And when you see all these signs, read the 24th chapter of Matthew. And like I said, it gives a little more detailed description of, I didn't want to go over here to the 24th chapter and read all of it because it's so long and I didn't want to keep you for a long time today. But watch for these signs. Ask the Lord for the understanding of them. And look for them because and lift up your head when you see it. Look to the east and lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. If you're walking and you understand these signs, if you're walking that straight gate, you'll know it. Study His Word and ask Him for the understanding that He can show you. People, it's right here at hand. I can't say whether it would be in the next few months or whether it's going to be in the next 10 years. I can't say. But I do know it has begun. The great tribulations are right here at hand, right to beginning. These signs are here among us. So once again, study your Word and lift up your head. Your redemption draws nigh. I thank you for listening. Goodbye.